So it looks like we've been bamboozled yet again from former Xscape star LaTocha Scott. Her sister Tamika Scott is speaking out and confirming that what we heard in that song was just a song. She hasn't heard from LaTocha, and apparently, LaTocha's marriage is far from over.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it was just yesterday that we posted a video about LaTocha Scott and her cover of Chris Brown's song Residuals. It's part of a challenge that Tank started for honoring Chris Brown's Grammy award-winning album 1111. LaTocha released that and got the attention that she was looking for because in the song she talked about the rumors about her husband. She also says that they had not been together for the last 2 years. I gave you an overview of everything that had been going down between LaTocha Scott, her husband, and her sister Tamika Scott and her group Xscape. Also in the song she says that she had been kicked out of the group. On the red carpet for Essence Magazine's celebration of Black Hollywood, Candy spoke about how that wasn't true in the song. She said LaTocha sounded great, but that was not true. They did not kick her out of the group. She wanted to work on her own solo album. It was like deja vu from the 90s, the same reason why Xscape had their issues back then. LaTocha wanted to be a solo artist. She's always wanted to be a solo artist. And this new iteration of the reality show, LaTocha getting this contract with Motown, a contract allegedly that was supposed to be both LaTocha and her sister Tamika Scott, according to Tamika. Only for those albums, the gospel album and the Christmas album that she subsequently released after that, only went paper.
Even
If that. Some of you will probably say, oh, she released an album? No one's going to take away from the fact that LaTocha Scott can sing. She sounded amazing on this project. But one thing that LaTocha has not learned from the 90s is that it takes more than talent to build a fan base. It takes talent and being likable. And I think that has been the problem for LaTocha Scott. We didn't know a lot about LaTocha back then, but what we've seen in the last few years, no one wants to support, especially someone that may have allegedly taken money, residuals from their own family. In the song, LaTocha talks about being kicked out of the group, which they said is not true. She also talked about her marriage being over, apparently, which is not true. That was a bomb that Tamika Scott dropped when she dropped by the Ricky Smiley show. So let's unpack some of the things that Tamika Scott said in this interview, because it also involves our friend.
I am the fifth member. How about that?
Yes, Tamika's mother. So Tamika has been estranged from her sister and her mother since the reality show. Let's unpack this.
the phone, and she gonna talk to us about some of the things that are going on, because I actually called her to make sure it was okay, to talk about this or whatever. So Tamika had a little something to say. So Meatball, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey girl.
What up?
How are you?
I'm good.
So tell me what your reaction is to this, because I called you. I was happy. I was like, everything finna be worked out. And you said,
you know what? My sister's voice is undeniable.
Yes.
I always said that she was my favorite singer. She's going to always be my favorite singer. She definitely ate vocally.
Yes.
But in real life, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music. It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address is the same.
So this was all a music strategy. She knew, first of all, announcing that she isn't with her husband, Rocky, anymore, but also talking about her sister, what people are interested in. We're all falling for it. We're all talking about it. We're all reminded that she is a talented singer. But now her own sister, who's always been a big defender of her, even in this interview, she did sound great, but it's not true what she's talking about in there.
So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up. Let's do breakfast. Because the last time I saw her at a family function, I was on the dance floor jamming. Her and my mom walks in, and when they saw me, they walked out. And
I am the fifth member. How about that?
They saw her. Here's what I got from this interview, and I'm stopping and pausing because it's important to add these thoughts as I'm listening to this. She's been estranged from both her sister and her mom. And if you watch the reality show, The Queens of R&B, SWV, and Xscape, as they prepare for this tour, we didn't even realize that this was going to be a focus or a storyline. We did not realize the toxicity that existed between these two sisters and the mom, who also seems to be complicit, allegedly, in all of the drama. So they walk into a party and Tamika's there and they walk out. If anything, I could understand if Tamika walked out. Y'all are walking out?
a little bit because I felt like that was the proper. I feel like, you know, we around family.
Time.
And if any type of reconciliation, I felt like if she probably walked up to me, I probably would have just fell in her arms crying. But her and my mom, they walked out. So listen, my number is the same. My address is the same. Sis, pull up. Let's talk about these residuals. If this is, you know what I'm saying, real, let's talk about the residuals. But it's definitely a great marketing strategy for her new music that's coming out. And she sounds amazing.
She does sound amazing.
Oh,
and when she talked about the residuals, I thought she was talking about what we learned on the show when Rocky had changed the check and took your money or something like that.
Yeah. I thought that too. And I felt it until the end. And it's like, at first my heart was like, oh my gosh, she's singing to me. And at the very end, the way she looked at the camera like, huh. And I was like, okay.
Oh, this is something else.
Yeah.
Dang,
I felt it until the end, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, just call me. And if she's listening, sis, you got my number. You got my number. You got my address. Pull up. Let's sit down. I'll cook you a good meal. I throw down. Let's sit down.
Right.
Let's talk about these residuals.
Maybe we can arrange our Spirit to meet up with y'all and have a conversation. You know, the therapist that's right there. She's always available and have helped a lot of families come back together. You know, just a good...
but
I appreciate Ricky Smiley saying that, because if you can heal a situation, a lot of times you're healing it for yourself, not necessarily for other people. But my problem here, the fact that we are how many years later, Tamika is so open and willing. And I'm honestly scared for her because she's so open and willing to allow this toxicity back into her life. You shouldn't, because the fact that she went out and sang this song, her focus, it's narcissistic behavior. I know people are tired of hearing that word. However, when you see a clear example of narcissistic behavior, this is why LaTocha and her husband are a perfect match, because they are the same person. This is why I don't give LaTocha grace when it comes to the alleged, I didn't know anything about the $30,000 being stolen from you. I don't believe that. You will do anything to be the Beyonce of this group, to be the Beyonce of your family. And you've realized that the group was able to move on, make a lot of money. You're probably not making a lot of money right now. Definitely not, because you're not on tour. And not a lot of people are going to a LaTocha Scott concert. Not to say that they shouldn't. You're very talented. But people can't support you because of what you've done. And at this particular point, the fact that you would do this and you're being exposed says to me that people will never trust you as an artist. Because I don't think a lot of artists realize that it's not just about your talent. Because if that was true, there'd be a ton of people that would have big music careers. It's about people being relatable to you, being able to relate to you. And they can't. They see you as a dark spirit.
Hell no.
Sorry to say it, but the fact that you would put out this song, people, I think, that had a smidgen of hope, like, okay, maybe the sisters can come together. Maybe the group can come back together because Rocky's no longer involved, only for us to find out that none of it is true.
What you say, Brad?
I was going to say, I don't even think Tamika need that. I just feel like Tamika feel like if Tasha was ready to reconcile or fix it, she ready. Like she said, she would have fell into her arms, but they left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so happy because I thought this was bringing them back together when she did this. I didn't even think about it being for her new music that was coming out. I just thought she was pouring her heart out, you know?
Mm. Well, Tamika, you think since tomorrow's the last day of Black History Month, she might call the last day?
Hey, my phone is on, and she called. I would love to talk to her. The last time, before she changed her number, the last time I called her about the rumors and stuff, I was like, sis, forget what we're going through. I love you. We're going to get through this. I got cussed out. So, and then me and her started going back and forth on the text, and I was like, you know what?
Just forget it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I love you. I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for her. I'm definitely praying for her mental. I'm praying for her, and I love my sister. Hands down. Y'all know I've always protected her.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And I will continue to protect her. Can't nobody say nothing about her to me. I love her. She ate on this Chris Brown challenge.
She ate. Oh, my God. She killed it. I never heard a girl do it, and she killed it. She absolutely killed it. Well, we're going to keep both of y'all in our prayers, man. We love both of y'all, man.
In the prayers,
absolutely.
Her in front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh!
What are you whispering over there to her, Rocky?
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
She said they ain't broke up.
Like, I had some friends call and say, he was jogging in front of the house the other day. And I was like, well, it's cool, but let's just pray for her mental and just pray that we can get this back together. And, thank y'all so much.
So here's the crazy thing. Tamika still tries to be there for her sister. When the whole cheating rumors and the baby came out, she says that she reached out to her. And still, that turned into a toxic situation. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Tamika seems to have such a beautiful spirit. We got to know a little bit about her on the Queens of R&B reality show. I'm sure she's working on more music. I'm sure Xscape is going to be working on more tours and music. So, as I said before, I saw them in concert. They were fine without LaTocha. I do think that LaTocha adds another additional magic to the Xscape sound, but that's not enough for people to want to work with you. People still showed up and showed out for Xscape and SWV in that tour. I wouldn't be surprised if they will do that again. People love the nostalgia. But the fact at the end of this interview, Tamika dropped the bomb that someone had seen that Rocky was still at the house. So that also was a lie. So LaTocha and Rocky knew exactly what the public wanted. They wanted to hear new music. They wanted to hear that she wants to reunite with her sister, that she feels sorry. They wanted to hear that she was no longer with Rocky. LaTocha, the fact that he may have come up with the scheme or you may have come up with this scheme should tell you a lot about what you're dealing with. You knew that the public would love the fact that you let this alleged no good man, but you haven't left a no good man. Cycle of a situation is a situation. Guys, as always, I want to know what you think about what Kandi had to say about LaTocha lying that they did not kick her out of the group, because they didn't, and what Tamika, her own sister, had to say about the song and about the truth. Let's continue this conversation yet again in the comment section. And LaTocha, this one's for you. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching.
Here we go now.